this one is Google down, the headline. Gmail, Docs, YouTube users hit by outage. And that was right around the time I woke up this morning, which was, I don't know, like 3 a.m. my time. I'm a weird sleeper. Sometimes I sleep for a couple hours. Sometimes I sleep for after doing that for a few days, I'll sleep for 10 hours because I need to catch it all up and I look like a zombie. But just up incredibly early, pulled up YouTube, and it was not working. I was like, what the hell is this? What is going on? And sure enough, it was Google down. Gmail, Docs, YouTube users hit by outage. Multiple Google services, including Gmail, Documents, YouTube, and Nest have gone down. It was all kinds of stuff. So here we go. Let's read a little bit of this. Multiple Google services, including Gmail, have gone down across a number of countries today. Monday, December 14th. Just before 7 a.m. Eastern, that would be about 4 a.m., and a little after I woke up, users began reporting that they were unable to access Google Search, YouTube, Docs, or Gmail, among other services, with Europe and North America reported to be widely impacted. Then, of course, right, when you get an organization this large having this kind of problems, it made me wonder, does this seem like a conspiracy? So this continues the article. Google's service dashboard displayed a message for each of the services affected by the outage, which in the case of Gmail read, "We're aware of a problem with Gmail affecting a majority of users. The affected users are unable to access Gmail. All services have since been restored," and Google later revealed that the issue was caused by an outage to its authentication platform. In a statement, a Google spokesperson said, "Today at 3:47 p.m., Google experienced an authentication system outage for approximately 45 minutes due to an internal storage quota issue. Services requiring users to log in experienced high error rates during this period. The authentication system was resolved at 4:32 a.m. Pacific time, and all services are now restored. We apologize, blah, blah." All the things they would say, right? That you would expect them to say. So, okay, it doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen from time to time where you get one of these huge companies just kind of go whatever go whatever the term is, right? They just stop working. So it kind of got me thinking, I wonder if it's related to some of this other stuff that's in the news recently, which is actually this. Let's look at this. Reported by the New York Times. Now, I don't know if any of you guys saw this recently, but there's some stuff going on. Link in the sources. You guys can check them out and follow along if you like. But headline is this from the New York Times. That's what I meant. Russian hackers broke into federal agencies. U.S. officials suspect. And one of the most sophisticated and perhaps largest hacks in more than 5 years. Email systems were breached at the Treasury and Commerce departments. Other breaches are under investigation. I saw this first yesterday, and I thought, when I saw the Google stuff down this morning, I was wondering, do you think a state actor, a foreign state, could take down Google in parts of the world, YouTube and some other things? It seems I don't know. It seems a little bit, maybe the timing is correct. I don't know. Let's read some of this. This is December 13th. This was yesterday. What's the day? Was it yesterday? Yeah. Oh, geez. I thought it was the 15th. Anyway, the Trump administration acknowledged on Sunday that hackers acting on behalf of a foreign government, almost certainly a Russian intelligence agency, according to federal and private experts, broke into a range of key government networks, including in the Treasury and Commerce departments, and had free access to their email systems. Yeah, free access to their email systems. How does that sound? It continues. Officials said a hunt was on to determine if other parts of the government had been affected by what looked to be one of the most sophisticated and perhaps among the largest attacks on federal systems in the past 5 years. Several said national security-related agencies were also targeted, though it was not clear whether the systems contained highly classified material. The Trump administration said little in public about the hack, which suggested that while the government was worried about Russian intervention in the 2020 election, key agencies working for the administration and unrelated to the election were actually the subject of a sophisticated attack that they were unaware of until recent weeks. We got a quote here from an individual by the name of John Uliot, I believe is how you would pronounce that. He said this: "The United States government is aware of these reports, and we are taking all necessary steps to identify and remedy any possible issues related to this situation." And he's a spokesman for the National Security Council. And, yeah. The Department of Homeland Security's cybersecurity agency, whose leader was fired by President Trump last month. Well, who wasn't fired by President Trump last month, if we're being real. But so he's fired for declaring that there had been no widespread election fraud, said in a statement that it had been called in as well. The Commerce Department acknowledged that one of its agencies had been affected without naming it, but it appeared to be the National Telecommunications and Information Administration, which helps determine policy for Internet-related issues, including setting standards and blocking imports and exports of technology that is considered a national security risk. So, okay, anyway. So this, kind of doing what I do, looking at the news cycle, trying to figure out if some of these things may or may not be related. You know how it is, right? You can't take everything in a vacuum. You gotta think that maybe one thing might be related to the other. So I wonder. Google said that they had a faulty whatever authentication system. But do you wonder if maybe this is part of some sophisticated, I used the term yesterday, gain of function exercise for the Russian government, or who knows, maybe they were working in cahoots with somebody else. But you never know. Like, it seems that in a couple days' time, we have these huge hacks going on, data breaches in the government, Treasury, and Commerce departments, and then we have YouTube going down, Gmail, and all kinds of other stuff. So imagine if they're kind of testing this stuff out to make sure when it's go time, that they can push a couple buttons and just shut everything down. So yeah, I don't know. Again, I'm not so sure that's the case, but it does make you wonder, right? It does make your eyebrows raise. Yeah. So anyway, there we go. What do you guys think? Is this something something nefarious or something? Whatevs. I think we can probably chalk a lot of this up to the whatevs department, but you never really know, do you? You never really know, because they would think about it this way: like big corporations, they never tell you exactly the truth. They don't. Instead they end up giving you some kind of BS line because they don't want to admit they got hacked. Right? That's what happens all the time. And the only reason they do is if they're forced by the government or something to admit it. Right? Which I think the government did put a law in that they have to admit they've been hacked at, and your data has been breached after a certain amount of time. Anyway, so who knows? Time will tell if this actually was related in any capacity, or if it was two completely different things and it really was an accident. So yeah, there you go. Astral Travel What's Up says media attack. It could be, right? So think about that. So if you take down YouTube, you take down Gmail, and then you can actually get into the government and mess up their systems as well, all at the same time. What's left, right? Like, let's say this was a test that maybe they're going to take down Twitter, they're going to take down Facebook. Maybe that comes. So keep an eye on that. So maybe in the coming days, maybe if those two things go down as well, maybe there's some sort of like incremental test here to try and figure out, if the bugs in the system are working appropriately, right? So you can kind of just shut down the entire country. I mean, the brutal way to do it's with an EMP, but you'd rather be able to do it without, murdering the entire the entire country. So yeah. Anyway, there's that. Like I said, related. I don't know. What do you guys think? It's not up to me to put this stuff together. It's up to you. What do you think? You know me. I'm not trying to tell you what to think. I'm just kind of throwing some ideas out there and wondering if it's related. So you know what to do. 702-957-1037. We do this live because we want to include you. Troubledminds.org. That's the official website for both podcasts. And this is Conspiracy News with Michael